It's Friday, and we're keeping the vibes immaculate. And I'm going to start by watching this.
There you go.
Let me tell you something, okay? This is Shaun Strickland. So I don't really know too much about Shaun Strickland beyond the fact that I know he is a UFC fighter, okay? And controversial opinion, two things I'm going to say here. This is not cool at all. I think it's crazy that he like beat the shit out of a random fucking skinny dude like Sneako. Like, I'm not, this is a mid-off, okay, for sure. It's a mid-off for sure. But it's like, what are you doing? Shaun Strickland was just a middleweight champion to beat the fuck out of Israel Adesanya. Dude's a menace. I just don't understand it, though. He's like, are you all right? Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Why are you beating the fuck out of a civilian, dog? Like, it's so dumb. It doesn't matter that Sneako deserves to get his ass beat. I think it's like, there's an air of confidence, in my opinion, that is supposed to come from like being a guy who can kill someone with their hands, right? Like, you know better. You can kill people with your fucking hands with ease, much easier than the average person can. So if you have that kind of power, you should also have a little bit of responsibility. Like, I don't really understand why calling non-fighters athletes civilians is very funny. Hey, yeah, that's what I mean. This is what they call a tune-up match. He recently lost his belt and he has to get his confidence by beating up some dork. As a member of the MMA community, Shaun is absolutely bananas. I mean, there's a lot of fucking bananas MMA guys out there, so I feel like he's even worse. But I've even had my what? I've even had my in real life friends turn into dumb fucks because of Sneako, so I don't care. Bro, he's literally opening up. First of all, he's connecting with his fucking head. It's wild that he can't even knock him out. Okay? It doesn't matter that Sneako consented, bro. Be fucking normal. What the hell is this shit? Couple things. One, it's kind of crazy that he's just wailing on him. Like, at first, it's like, even if you're like, at first, even if you're like lightly sparring, this is already too aggressive, okay? This is already too aggressive. He's like fucking... He's playing with him? Come on, dude. That's not playing with him. He stops playing here, okay? This is where he stops playing with him. If you think that the previous part is like him playing with him... You think that's playing, dude? You think those last couple of hits are playing? Are you crazy? You care, lol? I mean, I do a little bit. I think it's like odd. It's already odd that he's like literally taking shots directly to Sneako's head. And for people that go, oh, dude, Sneako, you should have worn a fucking headgear or head protection. It doesn't matter. You can still get CTE. If you got a fucking killer in the octagon and he fucking slams the shit out of you, even with that headgear on, your brain is still going to shake. I think the only reason why Sneako didn't get fucking knocked out here is because he has no brain to shake in his brain. He can't get concussed because there's no brain that shakes inside of the fucking skull. But still, I don't know. I think it's like, am I a bitch? Is that what it is? Do I feel like, I always have this opinion that if you have more power than the other person, like, it's on you to be a responsible individual, right? Like, if you are a fucking title haver, okay, a UFC fighter with a fucking belt, that's insane that you're just like opening up on like a dude that is like as skinny as Drake's penis, okay? I mean, look at him. He's flailing in the same way as Drake's penis was in the 7-6-7, dude. He's like, he's in the PJ going left and right, flailing like wacky inflatable arm man. I don't know. I mean, not to get all Judd Apatow here and be like, oh my God, there was so much anger behind those R's. He could have killed him, but like, he literally could. You know what I mean? This is not like the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock situation. Like, I think I'm more understanding about like violent ends that occur in the real world and like weak moments that we have than the average person, right? This is not the average person at all. I mean, the fact that he's still standing is pretty impressive too. Not many people, in my opinion, can say that they could just fucking eat it for like 30 seconds straight from a middleweight champion with a belt and just like not fucking die. Now, I don't know what the damage is. I don't know what the damage is overall, but I do think that this is a ridiculous thing to do. Okay? This is already a no-no, even if you're sparring on the same experience level. And this guy has, I'll tell you this much. Okay? If Shaun was sparring at his gym with an evenly matched sparring partner and he behaved like this, they would probably pull him off as well. Like, he is opening up way too much. And I'm not like a massive fucking fight guy at all, but I do feel like this is kind of crazy. How is it different than the Nazi kid who got his shit pushed in? That kid got his shit pushed in with BJJ, brother, which, you know, you can still run into issues, but that was an infinitely better way to handle it. They grappled. No, it was definitely not BJJ. Wasn't it? Didn't they grapple? Am I wrong? Yeah, they were grappling and shit. That's like a way more manageable way. It's like, Sneako went into the ring knowing he could get hurt. He's not a child. Yeah, guys, I understand that part. Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this. All I'm simply stating is he 100% should have like lowered the intensity. Okay. You're crazy in my opinion. Do you understand what I mean here? Like, I think it's different when you're striking. Okay. I feel like it's very different when you're striking. Why? What do you mean? Because you can like, if you grapple someone, you can do it in a way where you can like restrict their movement, make them uncomfortable. They can tap out. This is like in grapple terms, this would literally be like if you put someone in a fucking armbar until they like choked out, until they literally no longer had oxygen going into their fucking brain, okay? And they were trying to tap out and you just didn't care. Was this supposed to be a friendly match? Or you don't choke someone in an armbar, sorry. Whatever it's fucking called. Not an armbar. Whatever. A rear naked chokehold or whatever the fuck is called. Regardless, you know I'm not like a big fight guy. I'm just saying armbar is an arm lock, breaking their arm. Anyway, it is obvious though that one, many people fucking somehow forget with great power comes great responsibility. Okay. And secondly, did you know MMA is safer than boxing CTE wise, by the way? Just curious. Seems like a lot of people don't know. Yeah, probably, because there's boxing is you're just eating it to the face and to the body with very severe punches. Not everyone's a striker in MMA. You still need the strike, but I feel like that would probably be the reason, right? That's why I'm literally saying that what he's doing here is crazy. It's like fucked up.
Jesus. That's enough.
You didn't fall down, Sneako. You didn't fall down. That's good graphics and heavy shots, man.
Damn. I mean, it is kind of respectable that he did not fall. That I will say that. Dude, what is happening? All the fucking kick streamers are like taking W's in their L's right now. Like they're taking L's, but in a way that kind of makes it turn into a W. Bro took more shots to the back than his girl. Yeah, I do also think boxing is worse because of standing 8 counts and restarting after someone's been knocked down instead of letting the fight finish. Yeah, I do think that it's like odd that I found myself in a position where I'm like kind of defending Sneako, I guess, but if he's a fighter for a living, it just shows that he's unprofessional. He should have held back. 100% not a great look for him. He's not just a fighter for a living, as MMA heads in the chat correctly explained, isn't he? I mean, he's a title holder. Like, it's crazy. And apparently a former Nazi too. Shaun Strickland is a middleweight division UFC title holder. He's a former UFC middleweight champion. And he's a professional competitor since 2008. I can't tell if people are making a joke about me saying former title holder or I mean a former UFC middleweight champion, or because he said he's a former Nazi. Yeah, he's the wait, no, he lost the title recently. Bro was busy blowing bubbles on Trump's dick. Yeah, he saw an op to whoop the ass of someone that deserves it and took it. I don't know. I think there are way better ways of like, didn't this all start because he was calling some other MMA guy the R word who is autistic? Look, all I'm saying is if you have, fight, like learning how to fight is actually really good for developing confidence, is what a lot of people say. The other part of that problem is that when you get hit in the head too many fucking times, you still become an animal, okay? So then you lose out on all the supposed confidence that you're supposed to get from like physical training and like being confident in your own body and your own skin. So that's why you see a lot of these motherfuckers like go in either direction. Either they're like kind, loving individuals, or they just or become murderous monsters with the absolute worst politics you've ever seen. And it's like it feels as though like if you are a fucking title holder, okay, if you're a former middleweight champion, you should definitely be infinitely more confident in your abilities, and you can still like smack someone down a little bit, but not in a way that you're like looking like you're trying to kill him, okay? Like if you've been fighting professionally since 2008, you know the difference between like, you know, lightly sparring, you know, maybe medium sparring, and also heavy sparring. Shaun said he hates influencers, that's why. Still, dude, it's crazy. Yes, great example. Like the sumo wrestlers in Japan. Like look at how that fucking former sumo wrestler like almost champion guy. Look at the way he was fighting me in Japan. Like, they were dope, and they definitely could have probably fucking picked me up and like flipped me around like a goddamn pizza. Okay, and he didn't do that. They didn't do that at all because it was like because they're professional and confident in their abilities and not being like weird and lame. This is how it was started.
Anybody, your wife, right?
Absolutely not, Shaun.
It's so odd because like, aren't they all on board with the same politics too? Like that's what I also don't understand. Like, aren't they in line? Like, don't they believe the same shit? I'm a good baseball player. I'm not going to throw my hardest to a noob novice. Yeah, like imagine throwing fucking heaters at a child who's only played softball up to this moment. You know what I mean? Just fucking a 95-mile slammer that you're just laying into. Sneako is a child? No, dummy, but his expertise in the field of combat would be akin, especially in comparison to a fucking former middleweight champion. It would be like if a professional baseball player was throwing absolute fucking heaters at a child, okay? Paris for Mage, I'm a retired. I'm fight me IRL, oiled up. I'm a retired NFL linebacker. I can punk you, bud. There are actually retired NFL players, what's his name, that are HasanAbi heads. So I don't know if this dude is memeing or not. There is actually what do you call it? What's his face? Come on, the guy who is he's a Heisman winner too, I think, right? Or he's an NFL Super Bowl winner, not a Heisman winner. Who's a Hasan? Yeah, not a Heisman winner. Thomas Crabtree, big time HasanAbi head. No, not Arian Foster, but Arian Foster also is like sometimes, you know. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez. No way, Crabtree's a HasanAbi head. Yeah, he's like, I forget what his name is in the chat. Yeah. Famous Aaron Rodgers, HasanAbi head. Aaron Rodgers is a Joe Rogan head. We know that already. A skilled fighter doesn't need to hurt someone to embarrass them. He honestly could have just ruined Sneako's day and still made whatever his point was with leg kicks and body shots and not done permanent damage. This conversation is insane. Thank you. Please. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because there's like hella people. Oh yeah, here you. Bro, look at this. I'm gambling channel points on this shit on a Friday night. Watching fucking Never Kevers, former Green Bay Packers Super Bowl champion. This convo is insane because we're talking about insane people. I know, but like doing decent analysis, in my opinion, in a situation like this requires you to like drop the insanity for a brief moment and have like and develop a better understanding for every side, regardless of whether or not it's like two fucking weird, bigoted losers laying into one another or getting laid in on. Because we're talking about this not from the perspective of like whose politics is worse, because I don't know whose politics is worse, really. They're both pretty fucking awful. It's just that like one is infinitely more skilled in the field of actual professional fighting and the other isn't. All jokes aside, though. Okay. You know, I think Sneako does have a humiliation fetish. I do. It's not even a joke at this point. Like he likes it. He likes it. that he has to like it.
Absolutely not, Shaun. We don't do that
I
over here.
respect that, bro.
Okay.
When we gonna fucking spar, bro? I heard we're gonna set that shit up and get it out.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I think that'd be fun.
Wait, it wasn't even like a aggro situation? That's fucking nuts. He literally, that was supposed to be a friendly spar. That's the energy he brought to a friendly spar? Dude, that shit sucks, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Bro, he's such a dick. That's so lame. Straight up, that's lame as fuck.
How long are you down for?
I'll be in town for a couple more days. But boxing though, MMA is a little. I don't know if that's gonna be.
You're at a boxing fight?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
We are wrestling tomorrow at 11.
Wrestling?
No, I'll box, but we'll wrestle. I'll give you a couple rounds.
Okay, I'm supposed to train with Jake Shields tomorrow, so if you want to come at the same time.
Where is
Jake
he training?
Shields?
We're gonna
Oh
go to
my
the-
god, every part of this is awful. Skinhead hits black guy for free. Yeah, except like the black guy is a literal fucking Nazi right now. Like openly. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who's in this who in this situation is worse. I don't fucking know. Do you understand? Like it's literally Nazi on Nazi violence, okay? Sneako is Blasian.
The UFC arena.
At 11?
I think right after prayer, so like maybe 2 o'clock. But I can go early.
Yeah, let's not bring race into this mid-off. There's no race is not playing a role here, okay? I don't think this is a instance of it's like they got friendly fire on, okay? Friendly fire was not off in this Nazi parade.
I don't know about that shit, dude, but I got you, bro. We'll be at 11.
All right, I'll see you there.
Bring Shields, bro. I invite him to come wrestle with us, too.
Okay.
Anybody?
This is Azov. Yeah, this is Azov versus Wagner type beat is true. Exactly. It's just they're just going at it, and you're in the sidelines looking at it, going, "What the fuck's happening here?" Shaun Strickland has said in an interview it would be amazing to kill an opponent in the octagon. Yeah. You are right. Shaun probably hates Sneako more because he's a streamer versus his race. Yeah. I don't know. It's also like weird and kind of, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm being a pussy, but it's like, I feel like it's total weak bitch shit to just like do this to a person that you very clearly, everyone knows can do this to a, like you, everyone knows you can do that to a person. You don't have to prove anything, you know? That's why it's like really funny when losers online are like, fight this person, fight that person. It's like, bitch, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Okay. Even though the person that they're putting up, it doesn't matter. Like some of those people I could beat up. I don't think Andrew Tate is one of those people. I think Andrew Tate could probably beat me up. I mean, he is a literal fucking kickboxer. He has fought professionally. Right. And I've brought that up. I've like openly mentioned that many times, and people go, "Oh, he admitted it, dude." It's like, yeah, because I'm a reasonable human. It's so dumb. You would crack motherfuckers? Are you kidding me? I mean, look, I've been in a lot of fights in my youth. Okay, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of fights, and I didn't win all the time either. You know, I've won plenty of fights, and I've lost a decent amount of fights as well. It's not my favorite thing. But this is not like a real I'm not talking about like a real fight. I'm talking brawls. I've never trained. I've never fight trained, and I've never actually I've never actually been in like a professional fighting setting or even amateur fighting at all. Punching someone in the head doesn't actually feel good. It just feels better than being punched. Yeah, I would agree with that. You got your ass kicked. I've gotten fucking pummeled on for sure. Dude, I got fucking sucker punched and knocked out before. Yeah. I've also beat a lot of ass too, but I mean, this is not like, I don't think this comes from a place of, I don't think people understand. This doesn't come from a place of being like I don't have any fear of admitting that. It's dumb as fuck. It is the stupidest shit I've ever done.